Video 141. April 10, 2016. At this meeting will be answered by Mythi the questions chosen by the members of our chat. Mythi, what kind of water do you drink? Ozonized, distilled, mineralized, superhydrated, H3O2, carbonated or other? Does water have intelligence? Water is a fantastic element. It absorbs the energy impulses of the medium. Not to have some kind of intelligence that would be unlikely. But because it is a sensitized element quantum level. The water we drink are usually metabolized by plants in the form of centrifuged fruit juice. But also drink pure water that goes through a molecular protractor separating water and other beneficial minerals in their composition of any contaminant and debris it may contain. It is a type of filter that you guys in the near future may also have. Greet the water, juice, or food before ingesting, wishing them a good journey through your body. They will absorb your compliance and will always act in your favor. Mythi, it is greatly increasing the number of cracks and holes in the continental surfaces. From 11 in 2010 to 349 in 2015, and continues to increase. This has to do with the theory of electric universe. This new frequency phase of your solar system, combined with a large bombardment energy cosmic cloud that surrounds this part of the galaxy, is causing the growth of the surface of the planet area. With a decrease in the magma density and the consequent increase in volume, the layers moving across each other, causing cracks and voids, typically give rise to water. The softening of the soil at these sites make surface mass dive in these areas softened, causing what you guys call sinkholes, and the huge cracks that have appeared. It is natural that these 5 years they are increasing in numbers exponentially because the continents are relocating increasingly to new positions in the new context. Do not confuse the holes caused by the removal of artifacts by Arcturians with natural sinkholes. You guys can see the physical differences: material sinking on the surface with material that accumulates on the edges of the artifacts removal holes. Therefore, sinkholes has nothing to do with any theory without real foundation, as the theory of electric universe that some of you insist on trying to prove. Not because you can generate through magnetism electricity that there is any relationship or interaction between celestial bodies based on electricity. Gravity is a quantum magnetism of extreme power that holds together and balanced things in their systems, a magnetic force that attracts any kind of matter and not only some specific minerals, such as basic magnetism that you actually know. The gravitational force does not generate electricity when bodies, metallic or not, turn rotationally against their power lines, as the basic mineral magnetism causes. This theory of electric universe that some of you insist on discussing is directly proportional relevance to the question they asked for some time about the flat earth theory. Mythi, can you and have you projected yourself into others' dreams when you are working on other planets and may not be within our solar system? Or is your main focus on the job at hand? Have you visited some of us while in our solar system? See, if I want I can visit a person to focus on it for some reason. But usually this requires some kind of permission or acceptability to happen. Volunteers enrolled in CG can receive inspection visits, and some who especially dedicated to help others understand our views may receive more frequently advice than others. But this is subliminal. To be direct communication in a real dialogue needs to be developed telepathic ability for this, or appeal to the use of devices that can redirect the brain waves of that do not yet have the ability to telepath. Mythi, we celebrate birthdays here as a marker of each year of life we spend here as the Earth circles the Sun. Do you celebrate birthdays? Is there a day we can mark on our calendars that would be equivalent to your birthday? Also, how is time measured among the CG? Is there a universal time that everyone follows? And if so, can you show us how to tell time universally? Time is a concept that does not make much sense in the universal context. Time has no layers, has no relevance to the sequence of life in it. The universal time is linear. For us it is meaningless to know the hours that you guys are marking as on your planet, for example. Marking time follows the sun, and at the same time that some are going to sleep others are waking up. So do not even for yourself, in your little planet time is subjective to where they are. No, we do not mark a day of birthday as you. When you guys go to level 2, we'll see another concept of time that will not interact with you as it does today. But the phenomenon of marking time is a widespread feature in all the colonies level 0 to level 1. You guys are not alone. They all measure the time from their star systems to control the time just like you guys do. From the level 2 you guys are going to have full communion with the nature of the planet where they live. And this will cause you guys intuitively know the time without looking at the clock. Mythi, do you know what really happened regarding the Philadelphia experiment and the Nazi bell? What you call the Philadelphia experiment was a failed attempt to create a magnetic field that could deflect electromagnetic waves. The project failed because the ionization caused by high current created to feed the field caused disorientation and imbalance in people who have been in this field. Anything different that you heard about this experiment is story. Nazi bell as you calls was a piece developed through the rubble of a Vimana that was taken for studies to Victor Schauberger in secret facilities. This apparatus would be a source of quantum acceleration to open gravitational space, moving a ship at incredible speeds by gravitational directional tunnels. They did not get the proper functioning for failing to properly synthesize the atomic elements that do function as the original. Mythi, in fourth dimension we can choose who we want to be, in which family we want to raise, when we reborn. Can we choose our nationality? Choose a rich or poor family or social status? Yes, you can choose from. But when you get there and see what kind of experience you need to continue your development, you will make the choices that are suited to this stage that need to be fulfilled. When you can see all your timeline, will understand what I'm talking about. What is the name of the home world of the Down syndrome people? You have mentioned some things about them. But do they choose to be born in babies with trisomy 21, or do they bring this about by embodying these babies? What level is that society? Do they continue on the same journey as we do from levels 0 to 10? Or is their path and/or priorities different? Translating, they call grand home. They came from a very specific aboriginal origin, very uniform in terms of genome and DNA. Their brain activation, it is somewhat slower but is self-correcting with time. In step they will, in some 6 or 7 generations they will move to the level 1. Mythi, it seems that more and more people in North America are having more incidents of thyroid problems. Hypo or hyperthyroid conditions. Can you or anyone of your crew tell us causes and how to normalize function? This is the result of wrong diet only, lacking the necessary elements such as iodine in the daily diet. It can be also caused by adverse reactions to chemicals added to food products that can neutralize the effect of essential elements such as iodine. In such cases, remove the maximum of processed products from the diet, and look for natural foods with higher percentage of natural iodine. Mythi: what really is the point of mosquitoes? They carry so many types of viruses. I see them as living, flying needles. How are we supposed to view mosquitoes? We should live and let live, but us human beings need to protect ourselves somehow. Yes, we have created an imbalance with the Earth's ecosystem, but these insects are causing great distress. Thank you Mythi and staff for your time. Your society has created excess mosquitoes polluting rivers and ponds where the larvae were eaten by frogs and toads. With natural enemies endangered, they have no natural birth control. For there are flies as necessary dirt in a clean environment, they have no interest in staying. Everything obeys a law of action and reaction. In the state in which things are, the only way now is to protect against insects that can certainly be used to spread more and more diseases. Mythi: are there government officials and/or celebrities being cloned? Do souls reincarnate in clones, and how different are they from their originals? I was hoping someone might know more about this. Positively not. This is an incongruous question. One clone to be done and have approximately the same age would have to have been cloned arranged when cloned was a child. This is a conclusion logical and easy to realize how false these rumors are. Even if a person is cloned, the process copies only the physical part, that is, the soul or quantum energy that inhabit that body would have nothing to do with the cloned, much less have any information stored in the brain of him that had been acquired by cloned. The only utility that a clone of this kind would be the donation of organs, or a complete transplant of the head of the cloned. What are these light rays/beams been seeing around the world at the moment? Are these from alien ships, are these man-made? What is its purpose? Your ISS and some of its military satellites have tested location lasers targets and coordinate vessels in oceans several times. They are possibly being seen during these tests. Dear Mythi, could you tell us what happened in Jupiter? What was the body which hit the planet? How big it was, its origin, and what are the consequences for the Jupiter and for the solar system as a whole? Well, Urosh, I can tell you that it is difficult something to mess with Jupiter. The large asteroid that crashed into it recently entered the system after several collisions in the Kuiper belt, and took the direction of Jupiter. It was one of the big asteroids circling the perimeter, and that was 70% the volume of your planet. He was absorbed by the mass of Jupiter, without causing any side effects to the system. Mythi: I've noticed we, as a species, are predisposed to deity worship, and I suspect more than a few will see you and the others in a similar light. Can you share some of the challenges you face today? If that's inappropriate, can you share some of your struggles in the past? Anything that shows we're all on the same journey, just in different stages. Perhaps it will help us better understand our own potential. We certainly went through it during the early days of our development. Our mentor at the beginning of our civilization was a wise old man, who guided our society with dexterity and justice. It must have been a level 2 voluntary who decided to incarnate in our society, still colonial 0 level, to help us find the path of development as a race. The tens of thousands of years we struggle to defend our colony from invaders. We survived many attacks, mainly insectoid races, which at the time wanted to dominate our quadrant. But one thing did not have to fight: elites. In our race we had not weeds, as you have here, because we have never been a reformatory planet, and as such you guys received a lot of bad here. For this reason there is so much interest in you. You guys are survivors. Through a lot until they begin to forge your personality, and that makes you a respectable race. Without the oppression of your tormentors, and with help and available technology, the sky is not the limit for you guys. You will in time see that deities are within each of us, and see us as real friends and not ethereal entities. It will change a lot, and will make you guys more humane than you guys were once a day. Friends, as you guys are realizing day by day, more people are waking up to the decoys that were submitted to this day. This will make the counters of lost sheep shoot the control panel of your elites, and they will try to increasingly drastic measures to maintain control over the masses. Any symptoms of hysteria that start in your communities, turn off your cell phones. Come and stay inside your car and get out to the farthest possible range of antennas of any kind. Who knows already of a blind spot, like a garage or basement where the phone has no signal? Head to this place and stay there. Only return when you guys have sure that the disturbance has passed. The Pleiadians who are on duty are checking the possibility of interference, but is not yet defined an action against such tactics. Maintain great vigilance of the steps of your governments. Be at peace all of you.